So I want to talk about something. Fighting games, in my opinion, they have an issue in terms of their presentation. I think I think the presentations in fighting games is really, it's done in a really old way. Well, it feels modern a bit, but at the same time, it's not really appealing to to people who play modern games, for the simple reason that they are fighting games. And I think the presentation should change a little bit more, just a little bit more. So, for example, you see a game like Guilty Gear Strive. People who've never seen Guilty Gear are super. There's a lot of people who are actually super interested in that because it's a game that looks good. It's anime, people love it. But at the same time, I feel like when people see it's a fighting game, they are a bit scared of it. They get a bit scared, and it's normal. And I've been asking to people a bit left and right what would get them more into fighting games, into more traditional fighting games, not arena fighters. And the answers, I got three different type of answers, and that were very recurrent. So the first one was they want a character that they like in a fighting game, and I was like very specific. I said that I was asking if it's not a fighting game from a license or from an anime or anything. They said that they would need a character that looks cool and that they would like in that case. So that's an interesting answer. The other answer was they want things to be simple to do because they want to get addicted to the game. They don't want to solve a math problem is what they said. It was interesting as well. And the third answer that I got was super interesting. So it was from people who play a lot of Dragon Ball, but they also play a lot of Smash. So they said to me one thing. They said that when Dragon Ball Fighters was revealed, they were happy because they wanted a more competitive Dragon Ball fighting game. But then they realized that with time, they didn't want to play a game that was competitive, that was too competitive, like Dragon Ball Fighters. So it's an interesting answer because those people, they play Smash, and they also they like Dragon Ball, but they don't want to play Dragon Ball Fighters because they say it's a fighting game that is very competitive. So I thought that was an interesting answer. So people want characters that they can like in a fighting game. They want it to be simple to play, and they want to have fun, and they also don't need it to be too competitive. Interesting. So I think fighting games, casualizing themselves, I don't think it's a bad idea necessarily, but I also feel like they do a really bad job at showing to people that it's not that hard to play fighting games. Because like I said, there is a myth that people believe in, that fighting games are really difficult to play and that they are super competitive. It's not the case, but I feel like game companies and game developers who make fighting games have a lot of trouble showing that to people. Like, they have a lot of trouble showing that, hey, look, this game is fun and not so competitive, and you can play for fun, you know. Like, I don't play Tekken to be super competitive. I don't play Tekken to be like a Tekken god. I mean, if I reach it, I'm gonna be super happy, but hey, I like my red rank right now, you know. There's something that is really kind of annoying to me, is that the fact that I feel very lonely when I play a fighting game. And Daisuke said something interesting. He said that he wants this new Guilty Gear to be a game that will unify people, the first strand. So he wants the game to unify people a bit more. It's interesting, but what are they going to do in order to make that possible? Like, I think when it comes to the environment fighting games, it's very lonely right now. Like, all you do is you enter a game mode and then you wait for the next match, but there's no interactions with the community. There's no interactions between players, and everything happens in Discord servers, everything, and that's an issue right now. So I want to show, like, Artstation, in my opinion, they have the best right now. They have the best way to do the online, not the netcode, but the online environment. I feel like they have something. They are onto something compared to all the other fighting games. And I want to show you a game that it's not a huge game. I mean, it has been a huge game for a moment, for a certain type of people. So, in order to explain my point, we need to get outside of the box. You know, we don't need to think outside of fighting games, and I think this is a good example of what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna stop the PS4 right now and show you what it is. All right. So this is a game that I haven't played in 4 years. It's probably dead by now. I'm pretty sure there's close to no one playing this game currently. Oh, there are some people apparently. So this game, I want to show it because I kind of want to show how, like I say, Artstation, they do things very. I feel like they have the online environment that has potential. But there's a few things that I want to show. I don't think I will be able to do it because this game is freaking dead. Probably in lower level.
Nice day. Hey,
oh my god, they have English voice now?
in the future,
I didn't even know.
see you here more often.
Because these games, people like these games because they're free, first of all, so they're super accessible. They get updated all the time. But then you have the cash up, which ruins it all the time. The online environment is cool.
Fight skillfully
And there's something that I feel like
Hey, in the future, I hope to see you here more
these
often.
English words are throwing me off. Like, it's insane. So this is the lobby. You can do whatever you want here. You can create a room. You can select the game mode of the lobby. And this is a free. You have free channel. This is a free channel. People can do whatever they want here. You're not forced to fight anyone. It can be, the reason why this is good is because back in the day, what people used to do here is that they would talk about a topic. They would be like, let's say if mobiles suck. You know, you can do this. You can enter a title like this. You select the game mode, and then you go create a room. You can also set a password. Anyone can join the room. It's a discussion room, and you can change it at any moment you want. It'd be like chat room. People come here and they would chat. I don't remember how to ready up, but whatever. Oh, look, someone came in, and then we can talk.
Yo.
I don't know if my comments would.
You're still alive?
See, they have their English voices. This is throwing me off so bad. But this is something that you could do. So you also have something that I feel like fighting games should do more. This is a training channel. Anyone can join in and do whatever they want. And basically what happens is that you can run around in these lobbies. You can fight people, but it's training mode. It's essentially a training mode, and this is something that I feel like fighting games don't do enough. See, they're just testing, like this person is testing something. So this is a way you can train with people online, in the online environment directly. I miss this game. So this is something that I think fighting games should do more. Being able to train with people directly online is super important in my opinion, because when I think of something like Arc Revo, for example, like things that happen whereas you have people who were there, like you see in a lot of footage, you have people who were there and they were like with their friends, and they were like, hey, try to do this, try to do that next round, try to do that next match, I'm gonna test this out. I think it's super interesting that people can do it and even train other people, even introduce the noobs, you know, the new people into the game and teach them how it goes. So anyways, I wanted to just show the online environment, and this is why I think the netcode in a lot of fighting games should be really good. It needs to be really good because you need people to be able to test things out together, and you need people to feel like they can have fun and all. And currently, I don't see that happening in fighting games because, like I said, once again, in the presentation of fighting games, they show things a lot like, oh, you can do, like, they show you the characters, but it's just for the fighting game community. They don't show you what the characters do. For example, they don't insist enough on, let's say, Potemkin. They don't insist enough on the fact that he can tank things. Like, they don't insist enough on the fact that he's a tank. Like, he can really tank a lot of stuff. If they show Kai, they don't insist enough on the fact that he can throw a lot of projectiles and like apply a status effect on the other player. They don't insist enough on these things. But you also need to show that people can have fun. You need to show the online environment as well, that people can interact with each other. And this is something that Smash does also. Smash shows not the online environment, but Smash shows that you can have fun with friends. It's a game that shows that you can have fun. But fighting games right now, they show a lot, like they show the competitive aspect a lot, I feel like, in their trailers and stuff. I think that killed this game was the fact that there was a lot of lag, a lot of pay to win stuff, and a very unbalanced roster in general. I don't want to stay here for too long. It's making me nostalgic again. I really love this game, but it kind of betrayed me, and I miss it very much. So overall, I just think that fighting games are too old, in my opinion. They don't do enough when it comes to the online environment. They don't care enough about it. It's very important. Like right now, I have to do these things on my own. I have to do these things in the training room. But if I found another Jackal online, we would go in the training room. We would test things together. We would try things together, and it would be so much more fun. And I would be friends with that person. I would make a friend directly in the game. That's another issue with fighting games. That, like I said, they're too old, too arcadey. People play online today, and that's why they need to put more emphasis on the netcode. GGPO, Guilty Gear Strive, please. And I've heard something like, you know, a bad GGPO not so well implemented is better than another type of netcode. So we need these things to happen. Like, the online is everything today, and I feel like fighting games are just not doing the job well when it comes to online. And you know, it's a lot of other things. Like I said, content for, you know, casual content is good as well, because you need to be able to customize your character, do different things. You know, just your appearance, your avatar, I would say, not your character, but the avatar is a thing. Also, maybe some activities with other players, I don't know. Different things that you can do online is very important. People need to be able to have different play styles. People need to be able to have fun and have access to the game. And it's something that, like I said, I think the new Guilty Gear does it well so far. Maybe a few things that they need to add back, but I feel like it can be great. But the online needs to be really important. I don't think they will do that necessarily for this game, but at least they need the GGPO stuff. It's so important, man. And Daisuke said he wants a game that is easy to watch, but the UI currently in the new Guilty Gear is super confusing, with things like the risk gauge being hidden, even though it's like a really huge mechanic in that game, unlike in this one. So they need to do something about that. They need to focus a lot on the online environment, in my opinion. Anyways, I think that's my point overall, because like I said, I think people want games that are fun to play, not necessarily competitive, but just fun. And you know, in order to have fun, you need characters that have a lot of good tools. You need characters that feel good to play, you know. You need characters that people can play and feel like, man, I love this character, it's so good, this character is so overpowered, I love it so much. But at the same time, you don't want a character that is ridiculously powerful. So that's on their job. I trust Artstation on that. I don't think they're gonna make, I mean, they have GT Goku, but then again, I can Dragon Ball Fighters, but then again, I'm pretty sure it takes some skill, come on. But yeah, anyways, this is the end of this video. I think I've made my point. I don't know if I was clear enough, when I try to edit it to make it as clear as possible. But yeah, I'm out.